2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to be intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Let's go, 14. Bang out, bang out, bam, bam. Run it, run it, run it. 12, 12. Still done, 4 down, 4 down. All right.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let... And got his man complete. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are running away with this one. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Get over there. Go.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may...
And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. This is taken at the 10. Spinning away. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
On first down, Wilson. Buying time to his left. He's going to air this out for Baldwin. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And they have the football set up shop at the 33-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Now Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Wentz will try again on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson throwing again. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Tempo, baby, let's go. Let's go to work. Come on. 14. Let's go, 14. Punch left. Be alert.
Here's Wilson. He gets it to Brown. Complete. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Janikowski bangs it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Well, it certainly appears that the big guys up front have taken charge of the line of scrimmage. 2 really nice plays back-to-back. But on the defensive side of the ball, there shouldn't be any despair. Okay, they've got it.
Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think a guy of his caliber under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Working from the gun. Wentz. It's over the middle. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now. 1st and 10 right at the 30.
Gun. 4 down. Be alert. Zebra. Check. Hey.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. He's got a man. Complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Big jumbo. Zebra. 19. Still got 4 down. 6 guard. Check 6 guard. Green aim shot.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And the tight end Dixon left side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ed Dixon, 37 yards. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Out to kick is Janikowski. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Wentz now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now Wentz. Right side is Jeffrey. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Wentz now on 1st down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Wentz now on 1st down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. Oh, a heck of a move. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense, and the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
Janikowski good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Eagles. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
Yeah, you don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
Let's go.
On second down, here's Wentz. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, I think it's safe to say that the third quarter's not been a whole lot of fun for him. A couple of interceptions thrown. He seems to be a different man here in the second half.
Now Wilson on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Wilson. Going to throw again. This complete to Lockett. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Being chased out left. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Jaron Brown, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He lets it fly from Lockett, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. He's going to let one fly for Tate. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
On 2nd down, Smallwood. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Bobby Wagner able to drop it for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. They do go for it. It's Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
They can't tackle it. The solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get it. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They come out here in the eye. He'll get it up the middle, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. Janikowski adds the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Out to kick is Janikowski. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions. but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Going long here for Wallace. That's caught inside the 20. And he's taken down inside the red zone, past the Seattle 15. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 58 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They go play action here on first down. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there from 13 yards out. And the Eagles able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Elliott good with a PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction, because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they've put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
To throw is Wilson. He's got his man on the crossing route. That goes for a gain of 31. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. On first down, Wilson. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the time they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
Come on now, let's go. Great.
Wentz going to throw. It's brought in by Jeffrey. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
On the ball. Good chip.
On first down, Scott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Ram. 82. 82.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Hang in there now. Please. Great.
They'll run on first down. Adams. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Rip. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Wentz now to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to let one fly for Tate. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Seattle territory.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
That is caught inside the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To throw is Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Mike Wallace from 3 yards out. And the Eagles are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brandon Graham in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long. 3rd and 15 to be exact.
Go, run! Let's go to work. Double tight. You got 3 down. 14. Shot it.
Now Wilson. Dancing to his left. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And it won't be a pick six, but he will have his guys set up at the 2-yard line. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's Scott, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
The Eagles on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is third and goal. Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on fourth down. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep rights. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
12. Spot that. Hey, over here.
Wilson wants to throw it. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
On 1st down, Scott. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Let's climb 3.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. It's caught at the 10. A big play there for Philly. 65 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end. When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety, Cam Chancellor. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain.